belong to this age marry and are given in marriage. But those who are considered worthy of a place in that age and in the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage. Indeed, they cannot die anymore because they are like angels and are children of God, being children of the resurrection. And the fact that the dead are raised, Moses himself showed in the story about the bush, where he speaks of the Lord as the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Now he is God not of the dead, but of the living, for to him all of them are alive. This is the word of God for the people of God. Now we have a picture there of them asking him the question of a woman who had 7 husbands. So, in this chapter, Jesus is fending off some opposition. Different groups are coming to him. This is where the Herodians come to him and ask him about, should we pay taxes to Caesar? He says, render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, give to God what belongs to God. That's sort of a funny little one because he doesn't pull a penny out of his own pocket. He says, show me the coin, and they pull it out of their pocket, breaking their own rules because they're carrying a graven image in their own pocket. But the Sadducees come up after that. And the Sadducees are this group who they believed in the first 5 books of the Bible. They're like, that's the law. That's what we believe. None of this other stuff. And they did not believe that there would be a resurrection. That when you're dead, you're dead. And so they give this little story to Jesus. And I believe this is something that, it was probably a standard little argument that they had. They probably told the Pharisees this all the time. Oh, well, what about this? So they tell this story of this woman who has, her husband dies. And so the husband's brother marries her. That was part of the law. And we see that back in the story of Ruth. Ruth, her husband dies, and a relative comes and Boaz and marries her. But he has to go through this ritual because there's somebody who has this right of being a brother. Well, in this case, they do this purely hypothetical situation that I imagine never existed. But this woman, each one of the brothers dies. And so they say, so, Jesus, who will be your husband in the resurrection? As if that's going to throw him off the case. And the Pharisees, I think, are also listening too, because they've been asked this question and haven't had an answer for it. And Jesus says, well, you're thinking about the whole thing wrong. He said, in the resurrection, people won't be married or taken in marriage. He says, even Moses says that God is the God of Abraham and Isaac, and that he is the God of the living, not the dead. He's saying, there will be a resurrection, but it's not going to be how you think. So, what I take away from this today is marriage is an institution for here and now. It's something, God didn't put us on this planet to be alone. When God looks at the first man, he says, it's not right for him to be alone. I'll make him a helper. And getting through this world, there are different people in our lives that some come and go. Some of us have lost a husband or a wife. Some of us have never had somebody. But each person put in your life is there for that moment. There's going to be a time when you don't really need somebody to help you get by. There's going to be a time when we all understand. Have you ever been with a person and you're like, well, if I could just explain myself to them, if they knew what was inside of me, they'd understand. And sometimes you're blessed to have enough time to spend with somebody, years, a lifetime, to get to know them and to grow to love them and to get to understand them. And sometimes you don't. They say you either grow together or you grow apart, but either way you grow. So we should be thankful for those ones who are there. But think about this time when you get to heaven as children of the resurrection, and you see someone who you had a relationship with. You get to talk to them forever. You literally, it's hard to grasp how long eternity is, but eternity is I'm going to sit down and talk with Tom, like forever. There's not going to be this, I wish you knew this about me. If only you knew. It says, we will understand it better by and by. It's because there's going to be time. There was an old Twilight Zone episode, Time Enough at Last. A great one where he drops his glasses or after he's finished all his books. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, we have time. After I'm done sitting down for an eternal conversation, then I get to hang out with Linda for eternity. I get to spend forever with Jesus. It's not like you're going to have to go off and watch Netflix with your significant other to escape the dreariness of the world. It's going to be where we all have enough time. That's how we're going to get to know each other. That's how we're going to be in a relationship. The marriage relationship is a sacred bond, but what we have to look forward to is even greater than that. So, I think he sort of gave them a pretty good answer here about who will be her husband. I think they all will be. But in a way, we are called the bride of Christ. We're going to have a greater relationship than anything else. And we're going to see each other truly as the brothers and sisters that we all are. So look forward to the resurrection, because as God says, we are all children of the resurrection. Amen. Our hymn of response, standing on the promises.